Good day all. We will continue today with our third pair of new angles that are created when two lines or two parallel lines are cut by a third line, our transversal. So this is now chapter 4, lesson 3, and the name of that last pair of new angles is co-interior angles. I'll just repeat, in this chapter we will explore the relationship between pairs of co-interior angles that are created when two parallel lines are cut by a third line called the transversal. Co-interior angle, so that will be the last one. We will now explore the third type of angles that are formed when a transversal cuts parallel lines. I'll just get my pointer. Right. These angles are found in between the parallel lines. So we have our two parallel lines there. That is our transversal. And both of them will be on the same side, and they will be on the inside, the interior part of our figure over here. So they're in between the parallel lines. You can see I marked them differently. One with a green dot, one with a yellow dot. There's a reason for that. You can actually see that this one is an acute angle, that one is an obtuse angle, and already I can see they can't be equal. Now they are non-adjacent, which mean they are not next to each other, but they are on the same side of the transversal. One is above this parallel line, that one is below the parallel line. So we call them our co-interior angles. Remember now, this part, this area over here, that's the interior part of this figure. These two lines are parallel, and these two angles we find in between the parallel lines on the same side. Now if we color the parallel lines that make the co-interior angles, we will actually see the U shape. You see there? I colored this part in green, and you see a U, right? So our pair of co-interior angles, they are on the same side in between the parallel lines. Over here, another U sign. You see there? And both of them in between the parallel lines. Now I want you to name the pairs of co-interior angles marked with numbers in the following figures. So, from the parallel line to the transversal, from the parallel line to the transversal, in between the two parallel lines on the same side. They are co-interior angles. The same over here. Two parallel lines, transversal, same side of the transversal, 4 and 6. So what did I say? From the transversal, or from the parallel line to the transversal, from the parallel line to the transversal. This one is a bit different. They are the co-interior angles, 4, 2, and 3. Right? From the parallel line to the transversal, from the parallel line to the transversal. This one, 2 and 3. Right? So this angle is divided into 2 and 3. And then we have 4. They are co-interior angles. The same over here. From the transversal to the parallel line on the inside, from the transversal to the parallel line. So 7, 8, and 9, they are the co-interior angles. This is a short exercise. Name two pairs of co-interior angles. Right? I will name one, 4 and 6. They are in between these two lines. You can write down the other pair. Right, we move to B. Remember, answers on the last slide. 2 pairs of co-interior angles. Okay, 2 pairs. Can you see them? Yes, 1 and 3 and 2 and 4. Write down 1 pair of co-interior angles. 2 lines in between the 2 lines, and they are 1 and 2. Continue. 4 pairs of co-interior angles. 4 pairs. I will give you only 1 pair, and you can search for the other 3. So I'll give you angle 2 and angle 4. Right? 2 and 4. There's another 3 pairs there. Write them down. You can compare your answers later to the last slide. 1 pair of corresponding angles. Now we must go back to lesson number 2. No, that was lesson number 1, corresponding angles. Right, you remember the rules? On the same side of the transversal, one will be above the parallel line and the other one will be above the parallel line, the second parallel line. Same position where the lines intersect. Same position, there the lines intersect and there the line also meet. So your answer will be 3 and 5. Right, that is 1 pair of corresponding angles. Yet I see another pair. Do you see that pair? Above the line, so it's also 5 and 7. They are corresponding angles. So it's 3. Actually, I see a third pair. Do you see that third pair? Yes, you see that. 4 and 1. They are corresponding. Right, so it will be 3 and 5, or 1 and 4, or 5 and 7. Right, so we continue. Let me just clean this for you. Okay, so the last one of this D, write down 1 pair of alternate angles. Alternate angles, opposite sides of the transversal, both interior or both exterior. Do you see them? Yes, 4 and 7. That's the only pair I see. Now I see another pair. 3 and 4. And there's another pair. 1 and 5. So you can write down any pair. Or 1 and 5. Or 4 and 7. Or 3 and 4. E. 2 pairs of co-interior angles. There's 2 lines. This one and that one there. So I said from the transversal to the line, from the transversal to the line. So 1 pair will be 5 and 2 and 3. The other pair will be 1 and 4. And then we have another pair, 3 and 7. So this one, 5 co-interior with 2 and 3. 4 co-interior with 1 and 7 co-interior with 3. Number 3, Angle 1 plus 2 plus 3. Oh, they want this 3 here. How many degrees? You know the rules. Common vertex. There. 1 plus 2 plus 3 must be equal to, yes, 180. Now we look at the relationship between co-interior angles when the lines are parallel. With a reference to diagram in chapter 4, alternate angles, slide 7, if you want to go back to that one. Chapter 4, alternate angles, slide 7. We know the sizes of all angles if angle 1 is equal to 50. Alright, so angle 1 is equal to 50. This one must be 50 because they're vertically opposite. That one is 130 because they're supplementary adjacent. And 130 because it's vertically opposite 130. The same over here. 50, then that one must be 50. They are vertically opposite angles. 130 and 130, they are vertically opposite angles. From this, if you look at the sketch, from this we can conclude that when two parallel lines are cut by a transversal here, the co-interior angles add up to 180. And for that reason, on slide 2, I did not mark them with the same color because they are not equal. You can even see there, that is an obtuse angle, but this is an acute angle. So, co-interior angles add up to 180. We will just go through the steps again to find the missing angle when two lines are parallel. So, step 1, you decide if M and 140 form a pair. So you decide if M and the given angle, so this is the given angle, form a pair, and your answer is yes, they do. They are co-interior angles. Now step 2, what do you know about co-interior angles? Are they equal or are they equal to 180? Now we know they are equal to 180. They are supplementary, yes, because they add up to 180, but they are not adjacent. Right, because they do not share a common vertex. Right, so we write it down like this. M plus 140 is equal to 180. Why? Co-interior angles, abbreviation there. M is equal to 180 minus 140. So M is equal to 40. Now remember, if the lines are not parallel, the co-interior angles do not have a relationship. They are only equal to 180 if the lines are parallel. Now here I have a review of what we have learned of angle pairs and their relationship. Now I want you to study and understand this, and you will be able to find the measures of any missing or unknown angles in the exercise that follows. I have here for you a pair of adjacent angles, complementary angles. I have here supplementary angles. You can go through that again. Vertically opposite angles. Then we have corresponding angles, alternate angles, and co-interior. So you must know that corresponding angles are equal. Alternate angles, they are equal, but co-interior angles, when the lines are parallel, they are equal to 180. Once you have all the confidence that you know the meaning of each of these pair of angles, then you can go to our last exercise. So it's time to practice. Let us take all that we learned so far and apply it to find the unknown angles in the following exercise. Exercise 2. Work out the sizes of unknown angles. Give a reason for each answer. The first one has been done as an Example, please note AB in each one is parallel, that's the symbol, is parallel to CD. So what is step 1? You look at your given angle over here, right? And you ask yourself, if your given angle form a pair with Z, Y or X. Now from here you can see that 74, the given angle, form a pair with Y. They are vertically opposite angles. 74 degrees also form a pair with Z. They are supplementary adjacent angles. 74 also form a pair with X. They are, right, they are alternate angles. So we start with X. You can, in this case, you can start with any of them, but we start with X. I'll start with X. X is equal to 74. Y. X is equal to 74. It's alternate to the given angle. So I have X. Now I will write it in for you. This is 74. So we have this value here. Then we can move to Y. Y is corresponding to X. You see there? And we have worked out X already. So we can use X. Y is equal to X. And they are corresponding angles. So we write it down, 74 degrees. Okay. Then we move to Z. Two reasons. Z and X, they are co-interior angles, so they must add up to 180. Y and Z, they are supplementary adjacent angles, and they must also add up to 180. So we start. I'll do the co-interior one. Z is equal to 180 minus 74 degrees. Reason, co-interior angles. Subtract 74 from 180 and Z is equal to 106 degrees. So you can use one of the two reasons, co-interior or supplementary adjacent. B. Decide first the given angle. Is 100 degrees and A pair? If your answer is yes, you start with A. From A you move to B. Do they form a pair, A and B? If your answer is yes, you can work out the answer of B. B and C, do they form a pair? If yes, you get that answer. And lastly, you move to D. I'll repeat answers on the last slide. Find the sizes of A, M, E. Remember, M is the vertex in the middle. M, A, M, E. Then B, M, F. B, M, F. You decide. 130 and AME, do they form a pair? AME, do they form a pair? If your answer is yes, then you give me the answer. And from there you move to BMF. And you decide if BMF form a pair with that 130 or BMF form a pair with the angle that you have calculated already, AME. In the following diagram, we have two transversals and two sets of parallel lines. You see there? And over there. Find the sizes of angles marked A to K. So, you will start with A, you will move to B, C, and so on. And please write a reason for each answer. Same over here. These two lines are parallel. We have two given angles. You must decide if 30 and A form a pair, or if 35 and B form a pair. F. Now you must remember the rules for an equation again. You did that in algebra. Use an equation to find x, and you must first always decide if 2x and 3x form a pair, right? And from there you work out your equation. This one here, I think I'll help you with this one. Use an equation to find x. This angle and that angle there, they are corresponding angles, and we know that corresponding angles, they are equal. So I'll write it in here. 5x minus 20. Now it's very difficult to write with this pen, so I'll try my best, is equal to x plus 60. X plus 60. Right. Reason, and below the line, above the line, same side of the transversal, corresponding angles. Corresponding. So I'll just use abbreviation, corresponding angles. Right. And you must remember your rules. We have the is equal sign here, and we place x and 5x on the left hand side, so 5x, and this x becomes minus x, right? 20 go to that side, and it's plus 20 plus 60. Okay, so 5x minus x is 4x. 4x. And that is equal to 20 plus 60 is 80 degrees. And you ask yourself, 4 times what is 80? And you know 4 times 20. Or you can divide left hand side by 4, right hand side by 4. And your answer, x is equal to 20 degrees. Now we only ask for x, but if I want to know the value of this angle, then it must be, remember I know now that x is equal to 20, so this one will be 5 times 20, which is 100, minus 20, which is 80 degrees. This one must be exactly the same. X is equal to 20. 20 plus 60 is 80. And we can see this pair of corresponding angles, 80 degrees. This pair of corresponding angles, they are equal. Here we have another one. And again, you use an equation. 5x minus 40 equals x plus 100. You work it out, your equation. Decide if they form a pair of angles. Yes, you can see they form angles, and then you work it out. Now they want x first, and then they want E, F, C. So you'll have to find x and add it to 100. M, E, B. M, M, E, B. Once you have x, you know it's 5 times that value minus 40. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this lesson and that you are confident that you can move to our next lesson, which will be triangles. Thank you so much. So here we have the answers, right? Don't forget the answers on the last.